This is the strongest build I've ever seen in Stellaris. Not only is it strong early on, but once you've ascended and grabbed the Behemoth crisis path, your tech and unity skyrocket to insane numbers. Repeatables every single month. But how? I've seen a lot of people talk about it, so I put together the best way of getting the strongest build in Stellaris setup. Along the video, I'll show you exactly why we're doing things and how to guarantee this insane empire every single time you play this build. Or you can sit back and watch me get insane numbers. Let's get into it. What makes this build tick? Well, it all starts with wilderness. We start with the wilderness trait, meaning we can't go on mechanical worlds, and buildings, districts, district specializations are replaced with bespoke ones, and instead of colonizing, we terraform. This is all playing around biomass, which is essentially pops that we use to build things. We also get 5 build Q capacity, which is going to come in effect. Instead of working pops, everything is just worked. We don't need pops to work them, meaning we want to keep building all the pops of biomass, which we will be using. Now, our aim eventually is to get the Behemoth to mind meld and have as many planets as possible with 500 biomass on, so that we get lots and lots of tech. But to get there, there's going to be a bit of a journey and a lot of min-maxing, of course. Starting with natural neural network, which gives us a research alternative as well as tech from our food, minerals, and energy. Our jobs get worked instantly, so we're just going to be producing some tech on the side, which is pretty nice. Because spoiler, every planet's going to have these. We then have Empath, which you can ignore all of this. The main reason we have it is to our official start with skill level +1, and we've started with a leader as a governor, because we're essentially rushing the architectural sense node leader trait, which will eventually reduce our building and district costs by quite a bit, and we can stack them on both the growth node and the leader here. So we do have level ups. I'm going to prioritize like stuff like Edict Fund on both of these, why not? And then we may as well get more minerals. We're of course just told we have to be. We will eventually be getting rid of Empath as other things when we can reform, which is not till year 20. That will be soon. In terms of traits, we've gone aquatic because wilderness plus aquatic's insane. We're going to get a bunch of buffs like job efficiency, Agrarian for more food, and quick learners for leader experience gain. Repugnant, we don't really care about amenities, and we have rooted because of course we don't care about resettling pops, which is a free -3. You can instead take venerable and traditional if you really want, but I like the food and XP gain to get some insane leaders. We're then going to come over to government policies and edicts, switch over to isolations for the 10% unity. We're going to get rid of infinite opportunities and just instantly go for finding the voice for the unity gain, +5 when we're initially doing it at 10%, and then when we launch it 20 and +40%. That's pretty nice. We then want first contact on proactive, so we'll get more influence when we find people. We are playing the most ultra wide build we will ever play, and then we're going to replace the solar panel with a trade building. We don't actually have hydro bays, sad times. And our leader here, we will just give them, well, there's no point getting consumer goods since we don't use consumer goods, so let's get more unity. That'll be nice. And then finally, before we unpause, we're going to transfer off a mauler. We are biological ships, you have to be for wilderness and Behemoth. Set the leader here to then go and explore. We'll go down this way, why not? Because we can see that the ocean world is already up here. We'll instantly go and survey that and get the construction ship ready. We won't be building on these because we need the food early on. In terms of tech, we're going to take anything that will eventually unlock the specialization of these bottom slots, because we'll get more building slots, which means more resources, because we have no bops. We just want as many jobs as possible. So let's take this geothermal fracking, which will unlock it. The eco simulation will of course unlock it. And then because in physics we did not get it, we'll just go for the cheapest tech. Resource produced from mining stations may as well. So we can hopefully re-roll into the energy one. We're then going to sell about 20 energy, buy 21 minerals, sell some alloys, and buy some food, and then we can play. We found a fanatic xenophobe, fallen empire instantly. We will just be nice to them for now. They are very different indeed. Now, because the game's the game, we don't actually get any of our biomass at the start, even though we do indeed have biomass. But when the first month ticks over, we now have our 2000 biomass. Instantly, we want to build a Cradle of Rebirth. The Cradle of Rebirth is the most crucial building in this entire build, so get used to me building them. We're eventually going to have every single planet have all 5 of these base slots with Cradle of Rebirths. Why? Well, they give brood symbiote jobs, which instantly get worked. They give amenities, who cares? But what they importantly do is they give 2 organic pop growth, which of course is just biomass. Biomass is going to be incredibly important because it's going to unlock colonization, terraforming, building of things. If we want to build the orchid forest, it costs minerals and biomass. If we want to build buildings, they cost biomass. We need biomass, so Cradle of Rebirth is what we're going to be spamming. And we'll be prioritizing getting a second one, hence why we're not using the construction ship to build any food stations, because we need food to get our Cradle of Rebirths as soon as we can. You're this far into the video, you must love Stellaris and maybe like my channel. Well, Stellaris is pretty much all I upload, so make sure to subscribe and maybe even turn on notifications. Thanks. And I'm going to sell like an extra alloy just so we're positive on the trade. And we found our second guaranteed habital that is crucial, so we'll queue up the science ship to once they've surveyed up here, we'll hold shift and survey down here, and we'll just keep exploring. We need to find as many planets as we possibly can, so constantly be moving the military ship. Trade is now built, boosting us up a little bit. And big thanks to like all the resources that have been detailing this build. I, to be honest, thought this would get patched. It hasn't, so I've decided to make a video on it. Watch now, because I'm recording in 4.4.6, them to release an update while this video has been updated to completely nullify the build, but enjoy it while it's here. I believe this build's been used in the crazy people doing the 1000 crisis stuff on vanilla sunlit stream. Shout out to you. So let's show how insane this build is. First tradition has to be prosperity. Reason being, we need that infrastructure cost reduced because this applies to biomass. Biomass, 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 biomass. Take a shot every time I say biomass. We need biomass. So reducing the cost of stuff that saves biomass is really good. Bit of a misplay here. I should have built the second Cradle of Rebirth sooner. We will build that now. And then we'll be looking to replace this useless avatar cradle giving us 300 housing and 400 amenities with another Cradle of Rebirth. Any first contacts do instantly. We need the influence. We can get that third Cradle of Rebirth, which is going to be huge. Now, we're not going to get rid of the smelting pot yet because it is producing us some crucial alloys, which we don't have. So now we're going to aim to get rid of this useless heart growth, which is doing nothing except for giving 3 building slots and a couple trade jobs. We're going to want to replace that with these singing cliffs, which will give us unity. So we need more minerals. Let's chill a little bit on the food and just buy some more minerals. And make sure to watch your military ship so they don't get murdered. So run away, please, Corvette. What we'll do, since we've explored down here, I'm going to get rid of that leader off that Corvette and make this smaller, the one at base, have the leader and go and explore this way. Just saves a little bit of time. And while we're waiting, this one can go up here, so then it instantly can get a leader and go that way. And another envoy, get that going. I think that's pirates, but still. We can now replace the heart grove with a single cliff. We shall do that. Remember, these can all build at the same time, hence why we're trying to optimize building as much as we can. Next tradition, we want to take that infrastructure cost reduction, and actually we should have taken that first before doing the singing cliff. So let's cancel the singing cliff, then go for it, because now it costs 900 instead of 1000, saving some minerals. I'm then going to build another food district, just because we're going to need a lot of food. With these cradles, they are going to have a bigger and bigger food upkeep, so that's going to help out. We did just find a tomb world. Planet's a planet. We found more tomb worlds. These planets are planets. What can I say? But we want to prioritize those guaranteed habitable worlds first. As soon as we get this surveyed, build your outpost. And I'm going to chill a little bit on the energy. We do want to get some more energy going just so we can clear blockers eventually. You can see our cradles are coming in, which is increasing our biomass more and more, which is really nice. Now we can colonize this planet. It's going to cost 500 biomass. That is fine. I don't mind that. Let's colonize that, and the planet will awaken, giving us some engineering research. Now a construction ship can build mining station on the energy shore, and we'll upgrade the starbase. Since our resources are pretty fine at the minute, we kind of just want to save on biomass. So we can colonize the second ocean world, and so we can spam, you guessed it, more Cradle of Rebirths on the new colony. There's so many, but this is a lucky spawn, I'm telling you now. We're now going to want to just dip into statecraft so that we can get XP when we launch the agenda. This is going to help get that trait we're aiming for to save on biomass. Oh my words. Another bunch of planets. And we probably should have activated Fortify the Border so we get the starbase quicker. And because our guarantees are quite close, hence why I'm not actually building much now, we just need Cradle of Rebirths down on these planets. And when you get your starbase, just spam resource processors with the alloys. I've shifted off selling them now and buying food and just buying minerals and selling some energy. We'll grab XP gain, sure. It's just going to help our trade so we can buy more stuff. And hence why we've not gotten rid of the smelting pool, because we need the alloys. We're now going to grab that XP when an agenda is launched. We're waiting for that agenda, but it should be done soon. I'm just going to go explore this way a little bit just to see if there's any planets nearby there. And this is the tech we're looking at as soon as we do these simulation specialization, because it only costs minerals. So let's find the Bravers. Hello. And we've got another concept we can do. Champions Forge Live. Hello. That could be very strong. We might need to pivot into fighting their battles if they ask us to. If we win it, we can get some free tradition picks. And we are, at the end of the day, Unity rushing to Biomorphosis and Purity. So we might want to go that. I'm just switching back and forth on my military leaders just to see the best way of expanding. Obviously, it's probably going to be this way. Even though they're tomb worlds, they're going to be planets that we will use. And we just keep expanding. This planet's almost done, and then we can blow all of our biomass on making cradles. And the building slot, you don't really want to build anything. Nothing's useful yet, so don't waste the alloys. And look, another planet. I'm going to take the cancel agenda speed now, just so we can push this further and hopefully get way more XP, so we can get you to level 4 and the growth node. Food, again, we just want specialization. Yes, please. And we got another contact. Keep doing them. We're going to need the influence to keep expanding. And we have this planet. You guessed it. Cradle of Rebirth, Cradle of Rebirth. Yes. They cost a lot. We need them. And we can get the physics here now. And we don't need to sell energy. And remember, these specializations, they do not cost biomass. Hence why we wanted a lot of minerals. So we're going to also want to build... Honestly, I think we just want to keep Unity rushing. Annoyingly, these cost resources, and we are lacking on energy a little bit, but it's fine. Let's just get 2 singing cliffs. I want the Unity. And we can colonize this, but of course it costs 500 biomass, which we're going to save for, I think. There's an argument we should maybe just get 2 more of these cradles, but those 2 plonk down is going to up our income a lot. As we go, we're just building all those deposits, and where we can, we should upgrade star bases, just so we can get a trade income from those, because biomass is actually a limit, not pops. Now we're going to grab aptitude, because it gives our additional leader trait options +1, which should guarantee getting the architectural focus trait that we need. 24 months until we can launch that. We're almost at level 3 on you. Sing cliffs are up, generating us even more Unity. Yes. And there's literally another planet up here. That's... And no way is this luck. It's on default settings, I promise. We'll grab the XP gain on the level 3 and XP gain there. This is insane. I think we colonize because we can do what we did here and just get 14 extra Unity. And now, since this military ship's coming down here where we've already explored, we'll switch the military leader to here just to explore a bit more. We can't actually settle the system because it would be next to the planet Xenophobe, but we could skip the system. I think we'll get easy prey to void wounds for future food consumption. And we should probably put you to Unity focus just for a little bit more Unity output. The crater order, that's very nice, actually. Aid us in our research. 5% research speed, yes. Okay, next we're going to just grab adaptability just for the agenda conquer nature, because it's going to help us unlock terraforming, which we're gonna need. So we'll grab that, and now we're gonna go finish off statecraft, prosperity, aptitude, so we can actually get some ascension picks. Here's a desert world down here, and we can now terraform this ocean world, and then we're gonna probably head back to spamming Cradle of Rebirths where we can, and of course star bases. So we can now launch this agenda, which is going to give everyone XP. Very nice. I'll take Spark of Genius and more XP. And then we want Conquer Nature, because when we launch it, we get Terrestrial Sculpting 25%, which is very good. There are other options, but we need terraforming, essentially. Put that on. And to be honest, we should probably build a food processing and mineral on this planet, so that when we unlock the specialization, we can start building that. So we will do that, even though it uses a little bit of biomass. I think it's worthwhile. And we might just go for an energy one too, because energy is going to get a bit ropey. It used like 135 biomass up, which is a bit sad, but that's just how it is. Okay, let's finish off, I think, statecraft, because we would love to get the cancel effect duration so that we can keep terraforming speed by 40% as long as possible. We'll get effective cancel skill first though, and when we finish it, we get empire size reduction, which is a big issue with wilderness. Okay, we're working this. Our resources are now pretty decent. We now have a mineral specialization, we don't need biomass for it, so let's run that on both of these. These are going to give an extra 100 jobs per district, and of course in our capital we have 2 already, so that's pretty nice. Also, I think I just got amateur leader guild. He just went missing in action. That's fine. I should have been paying better attention, but oh well. Happens. I'm just jigging up the economy, just trying to get as much alloys till the max, which is about 10, until inflation kicks in, just so we can keep building star bases, which we're almost maxed out at. Of course, we want to keep expanding. I think we will take the Unity, but starbase capacity is tempting, but we definitely want Unity. And then we can specialize the food districts. And of course, these do unlock the building slots, which are great later on when we have biomass. We don't at the minute. We're waiting for our next cradle, which should be soon. And then we get the energy one. Nice. Gonna give this leader infrastructure upkeep reduction, I think. Yeah. Terraforming's done on this planet. I mean, we may as well build the cradle here. And then I guess we just spam more Unity. I don't really think there's anything else that we want except for getting towards biomorphosis as quickly as humanly possible. So we just spam Unity and cradles. We've not met anyone. If you had met someone by now and they were a exterminator or they had ocean worlds, I would make this alloys, or maybe even your second one, and build a bit more food so you can just rush them down to get their planets. But we've literally found no one. And I am playing on max empires, Grand Admiral, 25x, no scaling. So you can rush people down with wilderness because you just get a bunch of resources. But yeah, really now it's just a waiting game for cradles and Unity. To be honest, we should probably just get governors in charge. Unity from jobs. We can get another one, so why the heck not? May as well utilize Empire while we have it. Remember, they do get more resources from jobs. We're up to 17 biomass now. We need more because we could colonize this. Actually, we need climate restoration, so we cannot, but it's 5,000. We need biomass, which we shall get. More cradles. Apparently, we should spread them evenly for growth, so I should have probably built this here, I guess. I think I'm going to get another science ship just to start doing anomalies, because they could give us tech boosts or Unity boosts, and I'm going to make them do the easiest one first to get your XP going. We could also activate these to give us more resources, but I think we're kind of fine on resources, to be honest. And we should clear blockers when we have the energy. I mean, we may as well. It's not going to hurt. We have the Edict Fund since we had so many Edict Fund traits. Statecraft is now done. Empire size has been reduced by 5%. And I think we're going to save our Ascension for Hydrocentric because we can get terrestrial sculpting from here. And that will be huge. Because there really isn't too much that actually helps us. Yeah, the research speed, maybe the Unity a little bit, but like Ascension perks, quite limited. Had 7 tech. Yeah, that scientist also died. That's annoying. We're going to get another construction ship, a science ship then. Or Unity. Terrestrial scope, there's no way we got it just randomly. Okay, then we will start researching that. And this is exactly what we're looking for. Architectural sense. It reduces infrastructure cost by another 10% and gives us that build speed. You have to take this. It's going to save so much biomass, which I should have been spending. Whoops. We need it. We'll now go down prosperity and finish that off. Another architectural sense. I don't mind if I do. Reduce the biomass. And I will say register us for your next show. Another rebirth. So we're getting up even more now, 22 a month. And we're going to get 25% towards terrestrial sculpting. I like that. We'll just take biology since we'll need that for biogenesis. Let's now take resources from jobs. That has launched just 88 months remaining. You could also change the harmonic core now to just tech, which I think we will do since we've got Unity elsewhere. Another cradle. More cradles. We're down to 280 now. I believe they were 360 before. Minus 30% cost on them is just so nice. Energy done. We'll get research speed, and now we can specialize the energy, and we should probably clear the blocker here because soon we will go crazy with actually building things. We just need biomass. Merchant guilds. Like, how have I not met a single empire yet? This is crazy. Rich. We could go leader XP gain and capacity subsidies. Yeah. More stuff. I'm also going to build a starbase over the craters because we can get tech from the building, and we will purchase research speed. Yes. Cradle. One more to go. I mean, arguably 2 because we could get rid of the smelting pool. I think it might be worth building some communal, but no, it's got to be biomass. Everything comes from biomass, and it must be biomass. I'm sorry. That's the thing. This start is weird because we're just not building things because it's all biomass. Once you get this economy going, this powerhouse, it flows. Maxed out here, we get 12 growth, so now we're up to 30, and that's the last one, unless we really want to do this one, which I kind of do. Oh, there's a desert world down here. We will be Serving towards that. This is why you constantly keep serving. And yes, this is quite lucky without any empires, but also you could just murder the people near you. Like, our economy is insane. We could switch one of these alloys. You must take land no matter what, because as soon as we get terraforming, we gotta get going. But the building is the creative think tank, which you need a diplomatic agreement with the creator. We need 50 opinion. We'll get that soon. We can get that right now, actually. Tell us something new. Mutual think tank. Excellent. Share us the fundamentals of the principles of knowledge. And we need 1,000 energy, which we should get soon, honestly. I'll just buy some. Yes. That means our node now has the creator trait, giving us 10% research speed. Let's build that think tech for 15 tech, which is quite a lot. And we just need 30 more biomass. Bam, that can be done. And now we can actually start building things. Let's build some city districts here, I think, for tech. No! Don't go die, please. Don't die, don't die. Terraforming speed 50% sounds nice. More city districts, yes. And because we have the 30% reduction, it just goes crazy. This is where the fun begins. Build, build, build everywhere. Probably build, the basic districts always build at least one, because then you can specialize and get building slots. And remember, everything gets worked. So we are just limited to biomass and basically minerals or food, depending on what's being used to actually build stuff. Here, our tech's about to explode. We are starting to get communications now too, and then we can specialize them with just minerals, which I like, and then we can build the buildings when we're out of districts. it's so stupid. Oh, there's a continental world down here, but I don't know if we'll get that, to be honest. It's taken. Well, we found a target. I think it's a pre-FTL as well. You can see year 20 our stuff has exploded. We also now want to get rid of Empire and now go for divided attention to reduce the Empire effect, because we are quite over, which is hurting us. So getting that is insane. So that will help with our tech and unity as well. Actually, terraforming is done. We will take mature maulers. So now we can terraform these. They're not as expensive as the tomb world, but of course we don't have the biomass. We didn't get any wet worlds, which would have been a lot cheaper to do, but we can now take hydrocentric, reducing cost for ocean terraforming, which is very nice, and we'll get better perks for being on ocean worlds, which means more resources, which means, yes, good stuff, basically. So now the ocean world, instead of costing 5,000 for a tomb world, it's 3,750, and here's only 1,875, which we will get to very quickly. But we probably want to fill these up now with communal biomes, I guess, and then go terraform. There is a guy world here, but I believe it's phase shifted, which I don't think we can settle, to be honest. I guess gone now. Champion Forge Live, 50 fleets. We should have maybe built stuff up. 270 days. Can you get back in 274 days? No. And we probably can't build. We will make a fleet for the next one, I believe. Let's get start holds, and we can get terraforming costs if we had gases. I think we just want to save our biomass now to start terraforming the other worlds. We're gonna have a lot of unity. Tech's decent. I guess we can convert this unity to tech if we really wanted to, but what techs are we even going for? None, really. We just need biomass and unity. Oh, the architectural sense. Level 2, it doesn't actually reduce the cost, but level 3 will, but it does reduce upkeep, which is nice. We'll just keep leveling that up. Yeah, we'll just keep Unity going, I think. And more Unity traits for our governors. 227 a month. That ain't half bad. Let's go build the outpost on there, so we have that planet. Arcusense 2 again. I like that. I guess we probably want to start making empty maulers so that we can upgrade them into mature ones. But I think we'll just wait to get mature maulers and go straight to elder maulers. I'll go naval capacity, I think, instead. Now we have mature. We just want you to grow, and we can literally make everything empty. Then you go into this, which will have afterburners on it instead, and lasers. We should probably look at getting some military techs eventually, but we've not found anyone. Again, if you found someone, go murder. We'll build a bunch of empty of those with food, and they'll grow, and we don't have to spend alloys on them. Stella Cartel, hello. Where are you? Oh, you're all the way over here. Okay. Prosperity is done. We now get some more stuff from orbital stations, but we get an ascension perk, which we will grab. A mastery of nature. I think this will give us a more max districts, which we're gonna want to use, which we could do, to be honest. They want to tribute. Well, you can take some minerals. We're just now in that phase. Now we're waiting for the next terraforming. 1,875 is annoying. Junior Bears, hello. Let's find a way to phase a lot planet. I would like that Gaia world, so yes. Junior Bears is actually over here. Interesting. What the heck is this? Now we just need to finish another tradition so we can get biomorphosis going. I'm going to go down aptitudes just because it's slightly better. And we can get job efficiency for complex drones per colony, governor skill level, which we do have kind of going. And we can finally colonize our first world. This one gives 20% engineering from jobs, which is quite nice. Can't do tomb worlds. This one has nothing. Also has nothing. This one has happiness and physics. We'll just go for this tundra worlds. Ocean world time. And then we're going to want to save up biomass to then spam cradles, and that will up our production even more. Whispers of the Shroud. Hello there. Establish embassy. I want to be friends right now, but eventually everyone will die and we'll have every single planet, hopefully. And independence guaranteed. I will accept that. Let's upgrade our star bases where we can. I don't like how they have fleets on our border, but we should grow into some mature maulers soon. Yay, permanently into a Gaia world. That's insane, actually. Do this anomaly, and then we can colonize it. Oh, we can get nebula refineries. I do like that, yes. I'm running out of alloys. Might need to change one unity into alloys. Nah, unity is key. I can buy gases, so then I can whack on terraforming gases, which should make this quicker. Yeah, knock 200 days off. Now the real question is, do I colonize another world or wait? Probably colonize. We have 2 years. I will build up enough. I should start colonizing another one. Upgrade speed, yes. I'm out of alloys. Okay, we're gonna have to convert this into alloys. Phased planet. Can we colonize this? It only costs 500. Oh, but this is about to be done. I shouldn't. Planet has been founded. Okay, all we do now, cradle. Yeah, we can only do 2, so definitely shouldn't have settled another cradle. Create you into a sector, and we should throw on one of these governors. Make you a scientist governor. There we go. And then I guess we make this tech. We don't want too many tech worlds. We'll get most of our tech from the Behemoth, but since it gets engineering research, we got a rift in space, which means we can get 25% unity and physics research. I like that. A Dyson swarm. Yes, I'll take that. And arc furnace. Well, we'll never need minerals and alloys again then. Gonna start converting into anchorages, I think. One or few of these. Actually, probably most. Our trade's fine. We have gone over edict for now. It's not by a lot, though. I guess we can get rid of farming subsidies. We'll get rid of negative traits now because we have 2 annoying ones. Ship cost and less unity. Level 3 architectural focus increases infrastructure cost reduction from 10% level 2 to 15%. Exactly what we want on both of these. So now we're kind of at our maximum reduction. That means our new world here can go a bit crazy. Cradle Rebirth, 240 biomass. We can get 3 of them instantly going. We're up to 58. And aptitude is now finished. We can finally go down biomorphosis and get things going. The path of purity. We have to go purity. That's fine. We still need to keep our unity worlds though to finish off purity. But these Cradle Rebirths, we've already got 6 of them. They're gonna go burr. I guess we can now commit this to alloys, and the unity world can go back to unity. We have so many minerals we can shift around, and it doesn't cost biomass to do that. And now we save up for our next terraforming, which will be the Gaia world. And we're up to 70 Gaia world time. The Gaia world is here. You know what that means? Rebirths. I can almost do all of them. Now we can do all of them. We're going to save our unity for purity when it's done. I think I want to prioritize actually building some stuff now instead of colonizing. Gonna get an arc furnace down 2 just to help with minerals, since researchers have a mineral upkeep, so we have lowered our minerals quite a bit then. And we should just spam biomorphosis agendas now because they're actually quicker, which means more XP. Foreign Stars declared rivalry on me. How could they? 10% unity for 100 biomass. I think that's worthwhile. I don't even know if it actually gets rid of my biomass. Okay, we can get another planet soon. Another one. We should definitely sign up for this. 50 fleet size. We'll get rid of a couple maulers. Oh, the Civic's not so good, but we have to go for this because otherwise we can't progress stage 2. Champions Forge Lives go in. We do have the strongest fleet, but whether that results in a win, we'll see, because they are maulers and they're getting swarmed by everyone apparently. Maybe? I don't think it's happening. It's always good to try though, you don't lose the ships. Yeah, we lost. So a maxed influence, I'm going to start claiming some planets. We're going to need more. Infrastructure cost. Oh, that would be nice. Thousand troop, we could just get 10% unity from them. Did someone say another planet? That's all this is. New planet. You know what time that is? Cradle of Rebirths. I need food. They're only 200 now. We've like lowered the cost so much. You can max at the Cradle of Rebirths so quick now. Growth node gains architectural free, but we already have that, don't we? What happens if I take that? Nothing. Okay, we will go for the Unity and Society then. Where the heck did this relic world come from? What? I want that. Rupert Crater. Oh, that's gonna spawn a dragon. I think it's time we go and acquire more planets. Mainly because, well, they're alpine. I guess they're not ocean. There's time. Grand Admiral from the start, no scaling. And we're not, this isn't even really what we're trying to do, but I want planets. They stand no chance. And, well, I should probably terraform visits with 2k biomass. And then we got another planet. It's kind of repetitive actions, but it will all be worth it. But only have 2 mills that I can colonize now, but they're very expensive. I guess we can just try and save up a little bit for them. We'll also have these new planets to take. We're up to 108 a month. That's nice. Another one. Rebirths! The wilderness expands. Where the heck do you have a planet? Oh, you don't. You're dead. So I keep these planets? Oh, that's really good. Can I terraform them? No, we need ecological adaptation. I also kind of want to take this primitive. Am I not allowed? Aggressive interference allowed. Yes. That plant's mine. Cool. Does this do it? No, it needs ecological adaptation. Well, I presume I can make Cradle of Rebirths. Yes. That's all that matters to me. Okay, from this point, there's a lot of repetitive actions that it's going to take a while. So I decided to play for about 3 more hours and about 50 more years in game, maybe about 60, to get to the point. And I'm going to stop at key points so you know what to do. Otherwise, the key is just expand, 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 get as many planets as you can and biomass on them. So 2 years later, the void worms did spawn and be a bit annoying, but this is great because their nest will have 3 toxic worlds that we can take. And when you defeat this nest, you get more unity, which we can use, of course, to fill out purity. And we're also up to about 150 biomass now by spamming Cradles of Rebirths on every single planet. And here, 2 years later, we're about to take out the nest. Off it goes. That unity and damage to void worms will be nice. We're also starting to increase our food because as soon as we finish purity, we're going to get the ascension pick for Behemoth Fury, and we're going to need food to get that going as quickly as possible. You want to get up to about 1 to 2k food as quickly as you can. Year 64, we have gotten purity done. This will give us leader lifespan, assimilation, more trade perks, less empire size from district and colonies, leader stuff, expand planet size and maximum +5, which is going to be nice. We're of course going to then want to take Behemoth Fury, which spawns the event chain, of course. Then we're going to need 50,000 food and 300 influence to build that. We're going to want to get that as soon as possible. You can use the market to like quickly buy some food if you don't have it, and just also make sure to save up the influence a little bit. I did then apply some traits like fertile, robust, and erudite. I am not sure if these do much. This is something that I probably should have looked at more with the traits, which ones are better. Yeah, I don't think erudite's applying any traits there. I think surely yeah, we are getting fertile here, 20%. Maybe it does apply. Now throughout this, we will be declaring wars for planets. We're basically saving up influence to claim these planets. We take sovereign stars. They do have a vassal, but I believe we can just piece them out, so we don't have to fight the multi-front war, which I think is always worth it. We have no claims on them. We can just send over some rare resources, which we have quite a lot of, and they should get pieced out. Okay, they didn't want to though. They will eventually. If we just sent 1,000 over, they should accept that. Yeah, now they're pieced out. We only have to fight 1 front, 1 empire, easy peasy. Rush them down, get those planets. We did then get ecological adaptation at 65 years in, and to actually terraform planets you already have is only energy, and of course we have hydrocentric, reducing it by 25%. So we're just going to start doing that when we get energy, just to get a bit more efficiency out, because ocean worlds are our habitability and we want more stuff. And yes, erudite does actually apply, so that was good that we went that bit more tech, which is useful. Yes, we're at 1k 65 years in, which is very good, but it's going to get more insane. We've now unlocked our 3rd civic. We go elevated desires just for colony ascension effects and less cost. We'll be using this eventually, as we're going to have a metric ton of unity. We may as well get as much as we can out of the ascensions later on, but we're going to save the unity for now just to finish off the tradition trees. The war has been won. Of course, we efficiently claimed only the planets. Their empire is dead. We want to just save influence purely for planets. More planets is better. They were ocean, which is great. We don't have to terraform these, and then we will just be spamming, of course, Cradles of Rebirths on all of these. Then we'll build them up into stuff. Cradle or rebirths first. We need this biomass number to go burr, because then we can eventually start terraforming all these planets within our space, like the tomb worlds that cost a lot more than ocean worlds, 3,750. We've also made it to 2k tech, which is pretty nice. And I actually didn't notice until like 2 years later, but we can actually start terraforming now. I don't know why ocean world is second on this list. I kept looking at the top one. I eventually realized we can just do the ocean world for 3,750. So we'll start terraforming these. And with these new planets, these are going to be funded quickly, and then it's going to scale our biomass even more. Now we finished off adaptability. We get an ascension perk. Now detox is pretty good. 5 new worlds in our borders, especially because we got that void worm nest, which we have claimed. However, world shaper, even though we're not going to use Gaia worlds, the minus 25% cost is insane. Especially because we have so many planets. If you didn't have any planets left to terraform, I'd go detox if you have toxic worlds. But look at this. The ocean world is now only 2,500, half of the initial 5,000. It's insane. Next, we'll go for detox. And while this is going, we are hatching the egg, of course. The egg has now been built. We now need 100,000 food and 150 influence, hence why we've been increasing our food. And to be honest, I should have saved up a bit more, but we have a lot of trade, so we can literally just buy our way to success. We want to get this going instantly. The quicker you can get the behemoth done, the better. Buy all the food, upgrade that. 10 more years to wait for that. You can see it, we're also at 222 biomass. We're starting to terraform more and more worlds. It's going well. Okay, 4 years later, we're now up to about 300 biomass with a whole host of planets. We're starting to like upgrade them and fill them in now as well, because we are terraforming all planets we possibly can. As you can see, barren worlds are also getting terraformed. At this point, we probably should look to do more wars and stuff, but influence has been a pain with this. We are starting to claim over here to get these planets. It's just a planet numbers game right now. And 1 year later, that's exactly what we do. We line up on the border over here, and we're going to declare war to take their planets. Nature robs in it, who cares? We can win easily. They've also got some barren worlds within their borders, more planets, and every single planet is just full cradle of rebirths on the main one. And then when I get bored, I come through and just build a bunch of districts and stuff to work. We're at 2k tech, almost 3k, 1k unity, and we're just balancing the numbers, trying to get as much food as we can. We're actually almost at max. Alloys are good. Everything's just good. Like, this build's OP anyway, and it's going to get better. Now, 4 more years later, our economy is going absolutely crazy. The war has been won. They're about to die. Goodbye. We've got some more planets, and we'll just come over and do the exact same thing. Cradle of rebirths. Replace what is not a rebirth, make a rebirth, and then terraform them into ocean worlds, which are super cheap now. It just goes crazy. Next, I did try to make a vassal in the Vidari root bind in aims to integrate them to get all their planets, because all their planets were like down here, which was a lot of influence. Spoiler, I don't get time to integrate them, so just don't bother. Just claim as much as you can. This is kind of wasted time. We've got another ascension perk. Let's now go detox to get 5 of those planets. We have 2.4k biomass, 437 a month, and you can see we've just unlocked a bunch of toxic worlds. We can terraform into ocean worlds at 2,500. We will be doing that. More planets. We have 26 planets at the minute. Actually 28. We just want as many as we possibly can, because we need biomass on all of them to mind meld later on. Year 85, we finally have hatched the Behemoth, which issues the special product Brainlink trials. We're going to just do everything as quickly as possible. We'll research that, and the aim is to grow the Behemoth as quickly as possible. How do you grow them? You need to consume bioships, space fauna, or pops during bombardment. You can do this with Enrage, which will essentially enrage them, head towards the nearest colony or Behemoth egg, and attempt to destroy it. They also have a rage stat as well. They'll just rage if we don't feed them, so we do need to actively engage with this, and this will get the growth meter up. There's a few tips I used to do this. We also did go supremacy just for the ship firing naval capacity. I don't know if that's the most useful thing to do. So I think by far the best way to grow your Behemoth is to feed it your own empty ships. Now, I did this completely wrong initially, which did slow down my process. Essentially, we should have come in and made a new mauler without the growth glands, so they just stay this juvenile swarm with nothing. If we save that, we can then just spam juveniles at 183 food each, which we're doing fine. I think we do have to rejig the economy. As we're playing, I'm building more and more up. You can see these are getting more and more full on the planets. You do have to keep building, and like I've got planets planets that are finished and stuff. We're at 4k tech too. But essentially, bring those empty maulers. We'll have to get rid of the ones that are grown up because they will probably kill the behemoth. You don't want to kill the behemoth. But then you can enrage this over these empty maulers and it will consume it, fighting it. We don't really care about it. And then it will go for your nearest colony. So don't make the mistake I kept doing and fighting right next to a fallen empire. You should probably fight around here near just a random person's colony, or have your own ships ready to stop him, because he will just die to the fallen empire. So I think these maulers should kill him because the G slots are OP. I think if you kill your dragon, it doesn't die, but it will be very weak. You can see it's at 97 of 150. So just feed them empty ships near another empire's planet. Like over here would be good. It will go for this one or just over the top of it. Then it will chill. It will eat those pops as well, growing it even more. You could literally just send them to capitals as well that are undefended. Come over here, enrage. It will eat the Behemoths and it will be ready to grow. You don't want to go too far away though, because you do need to grow it within your borders. Year 97, we did finish all traditions. We went subterfuge for the evasion and tracking. Why not? And then I went galactic force projection just for some more influence to try and get more claims going. To be honest, I slacked from this point. I could have got a few more planets going, more wars. I just could not be bothered. We have the naval power for it. I was just trying to grow up the behemoth, which we then did. It's now growing in our borders here, as you can see, to get to tier 2. We now have that class 2 behemoth. We need to grow it again, so we rinse and repeat. Feed it our fleets, send it over here maybe to the capital or whatever, grow that bad boy up. And here's a perfect example. We're over the Stellar Cartel's capital with the behemoth. Unfortunately, they do have a habitat in here, so it's probably going to go for that. Then we have a bunch of empty fleets, 68 here, another lot here, I think. That's just reinforcements. So if we click enrage, it's at 0 of 300. We enrage. It's going to easily win because the maulers have no damage and they just sit there and get eaten. More reinforcements coming in. Nice. And then it is going to go eat that habitat, as you can see. Or maybe it's going for the capital. It's going to nom nom nom. We won't eat the planet, but it'll eat the pops. And you can see based on our food, I think it should go up quite a bit. I don't know. The behemoth is cleansed. It's at 108 of 300, so we'll do that another time. Maybe eat their habitat with some more ships, and then we can grow it up to tier 3. And a little bit later, when I'm ready to grow up, we'll grow up again as close as we can. Click the grow up button and then upgrade it. It's going to cost you 125,000 food. We're good on food. We've been spamming food districts on all our planets. As you can see, they are pretty built up now. No slots really. I've also started spamming resource stuff instead of minerals or energy because we're actually fine, and just make sure you have a building district on each one so you can do that. You just want to specialize them for the building slots because remember, there's no pops. You instantly work stuff, so you can get like absurd numbers like 2,000 food and society. Well, here is the tier 3 behemoth. Can no longer be fed. It's 1.7 million in power, and we're currently off to do the mind meld situation, which will convert all of our pops on each planet 0 to 500, I believe, or maybe it's 100 to 500. Maybe we should have waited in hindsight for these to like build up so we get the maximum amount. But yeah, we have a lot of planets. There's a few. So our final planet count was 40 planets. You definitely could have got more. I maybe should have gone more aggressive. We're literally max influence. I was trying to integrate these, which we could have clicked a while ago. Maybe get some more planets going and murder things, but it's gonna be fine. And once we hit the mind meld, we get tier 5. And of course, we've been going through the ambition, which has been giving us society from food jobs, food capacity, growth progress, command, research, more food, armor hardening and hull, alloy cost reduction and build speed, upkeep but more research speed, ship fire rate, primal raw, ever hungry, and ravenous regenerate. We do now get less pop growth speed, resource jobs, more food upkeep and empire size effect. We're a crisis, but the beast will feed. This converts our capital district here, the mind meld metropolis, and we hit 5,600 pops. These are now going to be producing unity, stability, and make our ships stronger. Ignore 10% of our pops working this job will get transferred every 6 months. Doesn't actually happen. It's just a one-time thing. They also produce tech. It's not saying it is at the minute, but if we play a month, we go from 8k tech to 343,000. We can make this go higher. as well as 500,000 unity. It also, of course, makes our ships a lot stronger. We now have a 300k fleet in 4.3 is insane. And of course, the Behemoth is 10 mil. And with a little bit more optimization, we can get up to 500,000 science a month and 770,000 unity. And to do this, we essentially have converted all districts into the Mindlink metropolis, and we spammed planetary sea and expand planet size with biomass and unity. And we're now going through repeatables monthly, 113 years in. This is your best bet at defeating endgame crisis. You also have insane fleets, because remember, this is also giving ship buffs. How much? Let's wait for expand the planet size to happen, and we'll do the last mine link. That's 540,000 research. I also accidentally built far too many empty fleets to feed. Let's get rid of a few of those. Is someone cannoning my fleet? What the heck? Yeah, this fleet's up to 1 million fleet power. The repeatables are going crazy. And this Mauler has a 901 hull. Okay, that's okay. 4,875 armor plus 643%. 900 damage, getting buffed by 719%. Bear in mind the default is 60. Yeah, this is gonna go a little bit crazy, and you could essentially just spam. And of course, a Behemoth is a 15 million. And if you kept playing, you'd get events, and then you'd eventually try and fight the Elder Spawn. You can also lay eggs for more Behemoths. This is just like you've won at this point, but this is how you take on the 25 times crisis. And then you could start actually abandoning colonies, maybe making your Behemoth eat some of the more useless ones, like the Unity ones. We're also ascending all planets to the maximum. This Ascension tier getting a big buff, and that's empire size. But then any useless planets you can get rid of to really help with that empire size, to try and keep monthly techs to 1 month or as low as possible, because the cost has got up by 435%. Funnily enough, you can also piece out empires from this. We have pieced out a bunch of empires, so we don't actually fight the entire galactic community. So that's pretty dumb. If you want to see me take on the 25x all crisis with this, let me know. This is your best bet, I think. I believe you also can get up to 100% damage reduction, because there's going to be an event that will get more damage reduction here, and when you defeat the Void Spawn, I believe you get more reduction then, so you can just go crazy. And then literally you can just kill everyone with this Behemoth. Just eat all of the planets, kill them, and you don't need a billion planets now. You just need to upkeep your insane upkeeps. Thank you for watching. I hope this helps a bunch, because I've seen a lot of people talk about this build but no in-depth video going over it. Watch it get patched soon. If not, revert to 4.4.6 if you want to play it on the most up-to-date version where it guarantees works. Now, if you're struggling with nomads, I've made a tip video with all tips you'll ever need to know. Click there to watch it now, and I'll see you in that one. Goodbye.